Hey there guys, this is Super Sanchez with video notes number 3, solving special cases. Alright, we will solve equations and inequalities and identify if there's one solution, many solutions, or no solution. Your essential question: what are some similarities and differences between many solution and no solution? Let's get our vocabulary done. One solution is when only one specific number will make the equation or inequality true. Many solutions, any number will make the equation or inequality true. Again, this is any number. No solution is obviously no number will make the equation inequality true. Feel free to pause. Remember, you control the pace. Alright, so let's go with example number 1. Alright, so let's go ahead and work this out. We got our steps over here. First off is we need to simplify. And one of the things we need to do is something called distribute, okay? So right here, we need to distribute, and you're like, I do not see a number. There's actually a number there. It's a number 1. So we're going to distribute this number 1 times this 2. Now this is a negative 1 times a 2. This x right here is just going to drop down though. Okay, nothing happens to it. So it just comes straight down. Alright, so negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. Negative 1 times a negative 2x becomes a positive 2x. On the right side, everything just comes straight down. So everything's the same. Alright, so we have distributed. The next item that we need to do is combine like terms. Okay, so I'm going to pull up all the steps here right quick. Alright, now we can do this. So again, we distributed, we had minus 2 plus 2 equals 6 plus 5x. And remember, a negative times a negative is a positive, so that's why that sign changed. Alright, so we have distributed, and now we're going to combine like terms. On the left hand side, we have 2x and x, which will make a total of 3x. And then I'm just going to bring my minus 2 down, and there you go. So we are done simplifying. Okay, so next step is always to add or subtract. Typically we're going to move the smallest variable to the opposite side. So on the left side I got a 3x, on my right side I got a 5x. So I will be moving my 3x to the other side. The inverse of 3x would be to subtract 3x. 3 minus 3 is 0, so that's why it cancels out. So I will place this underneath the 3, okay? And let's write our end result. So we get negative 2 comes straight down, 6, and then 5 minus 3 is 2. Okay? So we moved our variables to the opposite side. Now we need to move our constants to the opposite side of the variable. So since my variable is on the right hand side, we will be moving the 6 to the other side. The inverse of positive 6 is to subtract 6. So we'll be subtracting 6. 6 minus 6 cancels. We're left with 2x equals negative 8. And then last but not least is to divide or multiply. In this case, since this is division, we will be dividing by 2 on both sides. And negative 8 divided by 2 is x equals negative 4. Okay? Now, this is what we call one solution. One specific number that makes this equation true. Okay? Alright, let's move on. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and start with our special cases of equations. So this is example 2. So step 1, as stated before on the previous example, is to distribute. So let's distribute on the right side 3 times x and 3 times 4. That leaves us with 3x plus 12. Okay, right now I want you to make an observation. What is something that you notice about both sides? This is going to be a telltale sign about your special cases. I hope you know what's so special about both sides. All right, our next step is to move the smallest variable. So you're like, well, they're both 3x, so it doesn't really matter. We could say we're moving the left to the right or the left to right to left. Okay, I want you to notice what happens with our variables. Okay, they canceled on both sides. So 12 equals 12. This is what we're left with. This 12 is from this side, and this 12 is from that side. So the question I need you to ask, is this true? Is 12 equal to 12? And the answer is yes, it is. Since it's yes, we will say that it has many solutions, meaning that any number will work. Okay? All right, special case number 2. All right, so once again, on the right-hand side, we will need to distribute. So this becomes 3x, and this is negative 27. And on the left side, everything comes down. Again, pay close attention to the left and to the right. Hopefully you see something particular. So next step is to move the smallest variable. And you're like, once again, it don't matter which one because they're the same numbers. So notice your variables. Okay, if you notice your variables, they cancel on both sides. So now we're left with 12 equals negative 27. And the same question should arise. Is this statement true? And then hopefully you would have said no. So what does this mean? It means there are no solutions. No number will make this true. All right, let's go with special case of number 1 with inequalities. So if you notice, now we have an inequality. Does anything change? Well, let's take a look. Once again, we will distribute on both sides. So greater than 3x minus 12. Again, notice what's going on both sides. This will help you determine ahead of time as well, if you pay attention to details. So our next step is to cancel our variables. All right. So again, notice variables. Okay. So 12 greater than negative 12. And you will be asking yourself the same question. Is this true? Is 12 greater, this is the symbol for greater, than negative 12? And the answer is yes. So since we are saying yes, we will say many solutions. There's any number would make this work. And so make sure again you notice that the variables cancel. Make sure that you know that this number comes straight down from here. All right, example 5. All right, so again, this is going to be the left-hand side. Nothing happens on the left-hand side. We will multiply 3 times x and 3 times 4. This is 3x plus 12. Now I need you to notice something peculiar about this inequality. We'll proceed with canceling our variables. And again, please notice, what do you notice about the variables? that they are going to cancel on both sides. In this situation, we have 12 greater than 12. And of course, the question is this true? And the answer will be no. So what does that mean? No solution. So we got our special cases. They're similar in some way, and then of course they're different in a different way. So make sure you are able to answer your essential question. Don't forget to answer your U-tries. You have U-tries, okay? Your number one U-try is, okay, so you have 2 U-tries. Make sure you show work. Be sure to show work, okay? Show work for your 2 problems. Do not forget about your summary. They're worth 30 points. Make sure you answer the essential question. And what are the 2 things that are important for you to know? All right, that's it. Good luck. Talk to you later. Bye.